I'm worried about you. I'm genuinely worried about you now. Like, for real, are you good? Are you okay? Like, are you good up here? This is really dumb of you. This is genuinely one of the dumbest things you could possibly do. I can't believe you even clicked this video today. We're talking about the 707 horsepower monstrosity that Fiat Group deemed okay for the roads. The beautiful pleather interior that you get with this car is unmatched in the Fiat Chrysler Dodge group. This rickety boat we are talking about today is none other than the Dodge Charger Hellcat for Turo. The Hellcat was conceived by Dodge because they know us. They know us. They know we want 700 horsepower, 0 to low ability to take a corner in any situation. They also know that they're able to make a Hellcat with some of the worst materials on planet Earth, but still charge $70,000 to $100,000 for a brand new one. If you know the Hellcat market, at least the new Hellcat market, you would even know that some of these things are actually going for over what I paid for my Audi R8 V10 supercar. You're gonna buy a Charger over a supercar? That's really happening in today's car era. Look, I actually personally have no issue with the Hellcat. I think the Hellcat's amazing. I love that it exists. I have a problem with how much they cost new. They're stupid. 70 to 90 grand? What? In depreciation of 20 to 30 grand off the lot? That's insanity. You're just getting crushed if you buy a new one. And this was a totally different scene 2017, 2018 when these cars were coming out. These cars were like 60 grand. Like, I thought that was pretty acceptable. 700 horsepower. It's a lot of horsepower for the dollars. But now you just have these insane prices. You can get that much power out of like a used 340i with a tune and some downpipes and some built internals for less, really. Now, in the used market, you can get these for 40 to 50K. I think that's the sweet spot. That's what you want anyway. You want one with some miles on it. You want it just like ratted out. The cars can get beat anyway. Why wouldn't you just get one like that? The biggest issue outside of price is Hellcats are really easy to steal. Dodge products in general are really easy to steal. There's so many YouTube videos out. There's so much content out about how people are just literally like slicing the glass out of a Hellcat and then stealing it. It's that easy. It's not hard at all to steal these cars. And it's a tragedy that people are paying all this money just for some dipshit in a ski mask to come and steal your car. It's insane. And Dodge should be held accountable for this. On top of that, the top 5 most dangerous cars in the United States are all Dodge or pretty much Fiat Group products, like the Dodge Charger, Challenger, Jeep Wrangler, and Durango, and a couple others. They're all in some of the most dangerous cars you could possibly buy today. And that's not good for your Turo business. Imagine someone dies in your Hellcat. Or someone, even worse, your renter kills somebody in your Hellcat. It is your business's car. It is being rented through Turo. But I can't imagine what you could get into with that. The liability level with taking on a car like that. Because you see it again and again and again. You see these cars out doing burnouts in crowds, hitting people. You see it all the time. Why would you take on that level of risk? Look, if I were to make a last point before we get into finding one of these things about not renting one, it's got to be this. You are going to have a beat to death car. Beat. If I rented one, I'm beating it. I'm driving the wheels off it. And so will every single other person that comes across this car. Anyway, why are we here? We're here to price it, see if this thing actually cash flows, and on top of that, does this get my stamp of approval? Pricing these, actually, you can find them between 40 and 50K. That's not the hard part. I've actually found 2 of these vehicles that we're going to look at today. First one is what I would think most people will go with. It's this nice green with a brown leather interior on the cool black Hellcat wheels. I love this one. Why do people rent these? To be loud, to be seen, and just to have a Hellcat. Of course, they want to take a picture in the Hellcat. They want that SRT logo on the steering wheel. Now, I like this car at 47. I think it makes sense. It actually has good miles, so we're going to take a look at this one for the price. If you do want to take a look at a different one, something that's a little bit more under the radar, there's this black one. I like this black one a lot. You could take the Hellcat badges off and you pretty much wouldn't know what it is. That's what I like about it. So for more low-key clients that really want to experience it but don't want all the attention a Hellcat brings, this is a great option. This one is miled up, but I guarantee you there's going to be another black one on here tomorrow for sale. Financing one of these is going to be a little odd because maintenance expense is going to be different. Now, to finance one of these, we're going to do it at 47, and we're not going to pay anything down. We're going to pay sales tax and everything, all roll in the loan. I wouldn't suggest doing that, but that's just how I'm going to do it today. That gives us a $1,032 cost in financing costs. Insurance is going to be a little bit more expensive at $232 per month. Maintenance expense is going to be about $600 per month. I am thinking about tires here. Look, it's going to get beat up. Now, you can buy a tire pressure gauge, or not tire pressure gauge, but a tire depth thing. They're like this small. You get them on Amazon. They're like $3. Do that before every trip. If you are going to rent this thing, measure the tire depth per trip. They're like this small. Like, I swear, you'll know it when you see it. It looks like a little needle. Get one of those, because if someone's roasting your tires, you go from like 6 millimeters of tread depth to like 3. You can ask the renter to pay for that, because that is excess damage on your vehicle. Now, do you want to deal with all that? I don't. I have a tire shop right here, but getting tires over and over and over and over again is just, it's a pain in the ass. It does only take a day, but it's just so much of a headache and expense for you to just go through just to rent this thing out. Anyway, not to deter you anymore. $190 is what we're going to price this per day. I think that's fair for what this car is. Times 20, it'll get rented out. I have no doubt in my mind that a Charger is going to get rented out to all sorts of people. Times 0.8 minus your net expenses. Net expenses come out to about $1,864 per month. Gives you about $1,000-ish, a little more in cash flow per month positive with this vehicle. Not too shabby, team, but at what cost are you taking on a Hellcat for Turo? Who is renting this thing? How many times is it going to be in a video doing a burnout and hitting other people? How many times will it get stolen? How many people will die in this car? How many times will it get impounded for any charge? DUI, reckless driving, speeding way past the speed limit. The list goes on and on, team. I just think this car comes with such a high risk, and you have to be tolerant of that. Now, am I in the position to rent one of these yet? I don't think so. I think I need at least 6 to 7 cars in my fleet to get comfortable with this level. But again, I just don't think it's for you as your first car you start with. Unless you're incredibly ballsy, like you go for it, it's fine. But it's just not for me, and I don't think it's for you starting out. Again, buy a Dodge Grand Caravan for your first car. If this is your 7th Turo vehicle, go for it. I don't care. I think it's a great idea. I'd love to have a Hellcat. They're silly. But I don't have the cash flow yet to really justify having something silly like that. Appreciate your time. Hope you have a tremendous rest of your day.